a Russian bee, and it can't fly because a bunch of mites got into it when it was little, and deformed it. See? Its wings are torn.
Okay, Mackenzie. Tell me a little bit more about this bee.
It's a worker bee.
What's the prognosis for this bee's survival?
It's gonna die.
Why is that?
Because it got kicked out of the hive and it can't fly.
It can't fly. Why'd they kick it out?
Because it's basically useless.
That's not very nice, is it? Aren't we glad that people don't do each other that way?
Gosh.
Aren't you afraid this bee will sting you?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because if I handle it right, then it won't sting me. If I just put my hand over that, then it will sting me because I scare it. But if I hold it like that, then it won't.
What kind of bees are there in the hive? Can you tell me?
There's a worker bee and stuff, but this one's Russian. But there's worker bees and drones and queens.
Okay, what do drones do?
Drones are the male bee, and they mate with the female, which is the queen, but they only do that once in her life.
Okay, and how many drones will a hive have?
A lot.
Do they get to stay in the hive all winter?
No.
Why?
Sometimes they get kicked out, but...
Because why? They're worthless too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, the males are worthless.
Just like the real ones.
That's not funny. Okay, so the queen. How many queens are in a hive usually?
One.
Oh, one? She's busy. Well, how long does a queen live?
About 3 years.
Oh. And how long have you been keeping bees, Mackenzie?
2.
2 years? I hear you're famous.
I'm not.
You're not? Didn't you enter in the fair?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you enter in the fair?
Honey, and I won 3rd place.
Ah.
And I was against the grown-ups.
So, this poor bee is not going to make it, huh?
No.
Well, what kind of mite was it that caused this damage?
A varroa mite.
What kind?
A varroa mite.
Oh.
Better. In a way.
Okay.
They're better at resisting disease.
Well, how many hives you got, Mackenzie?
1.
1 hive. What kind of hive is your bees?
Mostly Italian, mixed in with Russian.
And why would you like Italians?
Because they're very gentle.
Gentle. That sounds good. What other traits do they have that you like?
Sometimes they won't get diseases like this one. And sometimes Russians won't.
What are they good for?
They make a lot of honey too.
Make a lot of honey? Ah. Well, I like the gentle part. Aren't you afraid of going into a beehive?
Mm-mm.
Oh, really? Have you ever been stung?
Once, but that is because they got scared because there was a tarp over them.
Oh.
And they didn't know it was their home.
Oh, so they were confused?
Mm-hmm.
So have you been back into the hive since you got stung?
Sometimes I go back.
Mackenzie, how can you tell that this is a Russian bee instead of an Italian bee?
Because it's darker than an Italian.
Dark? Well, what does an Italian look like?
An Italian is lighter there, and it has yellow. and you can hardly see the little hairs on it. But Russians, you can see the blonde hairs right there, and they're very black.
Okay. So the advantage of Russians is what now?
They, sometimes they don't get a lot of diseases. They're better than some of them.
So what other things are they resistant to?
They're resistant to mites, but this one, the mites came from the Italian hive.
They did? Hmm.
This is a newly split hive, and it has a Russian queen, and it was Italian, but now it's mostly Russians. And I'm going to go in here and check and see if they have enough honey inside for caps, and to see if they have any mites. Gotta be careful not to squish any beads. See, this is honey, and the rest doesn't have any honey. That means we need to keep feeding them.
I see you're being very gentle with them.
Yeah, you don't want to move very fast.
You don't have any gear on. Why?
They're just so gentle that you don't really need to have gear. See, this doesn't have any honey in it.
Okay. Now these are what kind of bees?
These are mostly Russian.
Russian?
Mm-hmm.
Are the Russians a different color?
The Russians are very dark, and the Italians are just very orange.
So there's no honey in that?
Like this Italian. See?
No honey in that frame?
No.
So what are you going to do?
We gotta keep feeding them.
What do you feed them?
Sugar water. It's kind of like having a pet. Oh. You see?
Where do you feed them?
We feed them right there. And they have little steps so they can just walk right in.
Okay. How often you have to feed them?
Like once a week. It depends.
And what do we have here?
This is a queen excluder.
And what does a queen excluder do?
See how the workers can go in?
Uh-huh.
And the queen can't, because the queen is bigger than a worker, but a queen excluder makes sure that she doesn't lay eggs in the honey.
In the what?
Near the honey.
Oh, okay. Well, that'd be good.
Oh, I'm so scared.
I see you're continuing to be gentle.
Mm-hmm. The bee. Oh, I'm so scared. Now, Daddy, come here and help me.
Okay, now what is this?
This is the egg chamber.
The egg chamber, brood chamber?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you want to make sure that they filled that up with eggs and brood, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna check and see if they brought out any of the foundation.
So what is this?
This is foundation thing.
It's what?
It's fake foundation thing. It's like wax so they can start building.
So they haven't built it out yet?
Nope.
So what are you going to do?
Wait until they do build it out.
Well, how do you get them to do that?
They just do it.
How do they do it?
It looks like I'm gonna have to keep feeding them because they don't have all the foundation in the brood chamber cut out.
Wow. They run from the smoke, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This is brood.
Where?
This stuff is
That's brood?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They haven't hatched yet?
No.
Okay. What's this stuff up here at the top?
That's,
Where's honey?
this right here is honey.
I can't see your finger.
Right there.
Okay. Where do they put the pollen?
They have this little circle thing. Brood goes in the middle.
Brood in the middle?
And honey goes out to the side. Pollen, like right there.
Okay.
Jody. Well, it looks like it's doing pretty well. I'm not going to stir it anymore and put it back together. I'm just going to put it back together. Try real hard not to smash any bees.
Okay. All together, huh?
Mm-hmm. Now the hard part is the electric fence.
What's this electric fence for?
Bears.
Excuse me?
Bears.
Bears. Does this electric fence keep the bears out?
Yep.
You have bears here?
Yeah.
What kind of bears?
Black bears. Ow, that hurt.
You have a tool bucket there. You want to tell me a little bit about your tools you use in beekeeping?
Mm-hmm. This is a hive grip.
A hive grip.
Yeah, you're able to grip the
Okay.
frames. This is an entrance reducer.
What do you use the entrance reducer for?
It depends. It's for you to be able to control how your bees come in. Like, you can have it to where it's that big. You can have it to where it's that big.
And it keeps bees from robbing?
Mm-hmm.
And what about it keeps mice out?
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got in the bucket?
These are all hive tools.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, I see one hive tool's different. What is it for?
This one is to drop the frames with this.
Okay, and what else you got? Looks like a smoker's still smoking.
Yep.
Smoke that smoker for me. Well, it makes you smell good, doesn't it? Look at
Everyone will
me.
be wondering what you've been smoking.
You know, I've noticed something, Mackenzie. You don't have a bee veil on, or a helmet, or protective suit. Do you do that all the time?
Not all the time. Sometimes.
Why? Sometimes are they more aggressive than others?
Yeah.
When they're real aggressive, like when you're taking honey off?
That's when you want to.
Okay. Have you ever been stung?
Once.
What is this?
These are gloves, but I don't really use them because they'll smash bees. You don't want that.
You mash bees? You can't feel the bees on your hands?
Nope.
Okay. Well, Mackenzie, look at me. You are an extraordinary young lady. No, how old are you?
I'm 11.
Most 11-year-old girls don't have a hive of bees that they take care of, and they certainly don't go into a beehive without protective gear on. I'm impressed. Well, you have a good day, and we'll check you out later.